November 13, 1966, Fairground Stadium. The 21st edition of the rivalry was a mere sideshow as far as the city championship was concerned. Manual and Male had dominated the city race and the Lichthouse ratings for the year, leaving Flaget and St. X to battle for third place. Manual appeared to be the class of the AAA race that year, having already beaten both Flaget and St. X, and had clinched the city title with an 8-0 record. The Crimsons would take the state title with a win over Butler the following week, but would lose to Male 20-7 on Thanksgiving Day. Second-ranked Male had beaten St. X 16-6, but suffered its only loss of the year to Flaget by a score of 14-0. Flaget entered the game ranked third in the city with a record of 7-2-1, with losses to Manual and Shawnee and a tie with Bishop David. St. X was in fourth place with a 6-3 record and losses to Male, Manual, and Trinity. The Lichthouse ranked Flaget number 5 in AAA and favored the Braves by 8 points over the 11th ranked Tigers. That assessment was shared by most of the coaches who had played both schools, with only Central coach John Rhodes picking St. X to win. Both schools were playing well at that point of the season and were on 3-game winning streaks. However, Flaget had outscored its last 3 opponents by a combined total of 132-0, while St. X had won by smaller margins and had to come from behind to defeat the Sales by a single point. Flaget was given the offensive advantage in this game for having a better passing attack with quarterback Dave Norris and All-State receiver Dave Huglin, and for having an overall speed advantage in the backfield. St. X was led by future St. X Hall of Famer junior quarterback Paul Karam. At this point in the series, Flaget had won 7 of the previous 8 games against St. X, but was having coaching continuity problems. Norm Mackin, who was completing his first year at the Braves' helm, was the 3rd head coach for Flaget in the last 4 years. Flaget's rookie coach would have to match wits with the Tigers' 14-year veteran Johnny Myhouse. Captains for Flaget are number 51 Kevin Thompson and 87 David Huglin. For St. X, number 67 Charles Blanford and 82 Jack Wolf. Flaget wins the toss and will receive. The St. X kickoff goes into the end zone and Flaget will take over on its own 20. First and 10 at the Flaget 20. Dave Norris fumbles and recovers at the Flaget 13, a loss of 7 yards. Second and 17 at the 13. Dave Norris keeps for 16 yards. Third and 1 at the 29. Bob McGrath for 4 yards, tackle Taylor Jarbo. First down. First and 10 at the 33. Jim Brown for 14 yards. Tackle Jimmy Reed. There's a penalty on St. X, puts the ball at the St. X 36. First and 10 at the 36. Norris's pass is deflected by Bruce Meyer and caught by John Siegel for a gain of 4 yards. Second and 6 at the 32. Ron Kurtz for 20 yards. Tackled by Jimmy Reed. First and 10 at the 12. Ron Kurtz recovers his own fumble. 2nd and 10 at the 12. Dave Norris's pass is deflected by Ron Kurtz and caught by David Huglin for the touchdown. Drive covers 80 yards on 8 plays. The score Flaget 6, St. X 0. DeCincy to kick. Jim Brown will hold. The kick is good. The score Flaget 7, St. X 0. DeCincy's kickoff is taken at the St. X 31 and returns 7 yards. First and 10 at the St. X 38. Jimmy Reed for 3 yards, tackled by Dave Norris and Bob McGrath. 2nd and 7 at the 41. Paul Karam's pass intended to Jimmy Reed is incomplete. 3rd and 7 at the 41. Paul Karam's pass to Jimmy Reed is incomplete. 4th and 7 at the 41. Paul Karam's kick is down at the Flaget 18. However, a 5-yard penalty on St. X will call the play back. 4th and 12 at the 36. Paul Karam's kick is down at the Flaget 23. The punt covers 41 yards. 1st and 10 at the Flaget 23. Ronnie Kurtz for 2 yards, tackled by Mike Kalin. 2nd and 8 at the 25. Jim Brown for no gain, tackled by Mike Darnell. 3rd and 8 at the 25. Paul Hughes for 5 yards, tackled by Mike Darnell. 4th and 3 at the 30. William DeCincy, back to punt, decides to run with the ball. He gains 12 yards in the first down, tackled by Mike Wagner. 1st and 10 at the 42. Norris keeps for 1 yard, tackled by Mark McDonald. 2nd and 9 at the 43. Paul Hughes for 3 yards, tackled by Jim Radaman. 3rd and 6 at the 46. Double reverse, Norris to Hughes to Siegel. For a gain of 10 yards, tackled by Jack Wolf. 1st and 10 at the St. X 44. Jim Brown for 3 yards, tackled Jim Radaman, Steve Campbell, and Mike Darnell. 2nd and 7 at the 41. Dave Norris keeps the ball for a gain of 20 yards, tackled by Taylor Jarbo. First and 10 at the 21. Quarterback William DeCency. Passes to Ron Kurtz for the touchdown. The drive covers 77 yards in 10 plays. The score, Flaget 13, St. X 0. DeCency to kick, Jim Brown holds. The kick is off right, no good. The score remains Flaget 13, St. X 0. DeCency's kickoff is downed at the St. X 21. First and 10 at the St. X 21. Mark McDonald for 4 yards, tackled DeCency, McGrath, and Kevin Thompson. Second and 6 at the 25. Mark McDonald for no gain, tackled DeCency. Third and 6 at the 25. Paul Karam fumbles the snap and recovers for no gain. Fourth and 6 at the 25. Paul Karam's punt covers 30 yards. First and 10 at the Flaget 45. Ron Kurtz loses 2 yards, tackled by Jim Radaman and Bruce Meyer. Second and 12 at the 43. Ron Kurtz for 7 yards, tackled Jim Radaman and Charles Blandford. That's the end of the first quarter. The score, Flaget 13, St. X 0. Third and 5 at the 50. Dave Norris passes 22 yards to Jim Brown, tackled by Paul Karam. First and 10 at the 28. Ron Kurtz recovers his own fumble for a 10-yard loss. Tackle Jack Wolf. Second and 10 at the 38. Dave Norris passes for 28 yards to Ron Kurtz, tackled by Jimmy Reed. First and goal at the 10. Norris's pass to Jim Brown in the end zone is incomplete. Second and goal at the 10. Jim Brown's pass is incomplete. Third and goal. North's pass to Jim Brown is complete for the touchdown. The drive covers 55 yards on 8 plays. The score, Flaget 19, St. X 0. DeCency will kick. Jim Brown holds. The kick hits the right post, no good. The score remains Flaget 19, St. X 0. DeCency's kickoff is taken by Paul Karam at the St. X 12. He returns it 69 yards to the Flaget 19, tackled by Charles London. First and 10 at the Flaget 19. Paul Karam's pass, intended for Reed, is incomplete. Second and 10. George Jagman for 3 yards, tackled by Bob McGrath. Third and 7 at the 16. Karam's pass to Mark McDonald is incomplete. There's a penalty on Flaget, half the distance, and first down. First and goal at the 7. Jagman for 2 yards, tackled by Charles Linden. Second and goal at the 5. Jimmy Reed for no gain. Third and goal at the 5. Paul Karam passes 5 yards to Marty McDermott for the touchdown. The drive covers 19 yards on 6 plays. The score, Flaget 19, St. X 6. Steve Campbell to kick. Jimmy Brutcher holds. The kick is good. The score, Flaget 19, St. X 7. The remaining 3 minutes and 2 seconds of the first half are missing from the film. However, there was no further scoring. The second half begins with Flaget kickoff. DeCensi's kickoff goes into the end zone. St. X takes over on its own 20. Jimmy Reed for 14 yards, tackled by Bob McGrath. First and 10 at the 34. Mark McDonald for 10 yards, tackled Jim Brown and Dave Huglin. There's a 15-yard penalty on Flaget. First and 10 at the Flaget 41. Jimmy Reed for 2 yards, tackled William Troutman. There's a 15-yard penalty on St. X. First and 26 at the St. X 46. Karam's pass to Hugh Spalding is incomplete. Second and 26 at the 46. There is movement on the right side of the St. X line. As a result, Paul Karam's 54-yard touchdown pass to Mark McDonald was called back. Second and 31 at the 41. Paul Karam passes for 8 yards to Chris Wagner. Third and 23 at the 49. Paul Karam's pass to Mark McDonald is incomplete. Fourth and 23 at the 49. Paul Karam kicks 31 yards, Flaget 20, but there's a roughing penalty on Flaget. Fourth and 8 at the 36. Karam's pass to McDonald is broken up by Dave Huglin. Flaget takes over on downs. 10:37 remain in the third quarter. First and 10 at the Flaget 36. Jim Brown for no gain, tackled by Mike Darnell. Second and 10 at the 36. Dave Norris's pass to Huglin is incomplete. Part of the film here is missing. Play resumes with Flaget at the St. X 20, first down. Ron Kurtz's halfback pass is deflected by Mike Darnell and caught by Mike Schmidt at the St. X 4 for a 16-yard gain. 15-yard penalty on Flaget puts the ball in the St. X 35. First and 25 from the 35. Reverse, DeCensi to Brown. John Siegel loses 7 yards, tackled by Mike Kalin. Second and 32. Norris is tackled by Bruce Meyer for a loss of 8 yards. 3rd and 40 at the 50. Norris keeps for 3 yards. 4th and 37 at the St. X 47. William DeCency punts 47 yards into the end zone. It's 1st and 10 at the St. X 20. Mark McDonald for 5 yards, tackled by Dennis Potter. 2nd and 5 at the 25. Paul Karam passes to McDonald, who fumbles out of bounds for a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 6 at the 24. Paul Karam's pass is intercepted by Paul Hughes at the St. X 46 and returned 9 yards, tackled by Steve Alberico. 1st and 10 at the St. X 37. Norris passes 12 yards to John Siegel, tackled by Walt Hildebrandt. 1st and 10 at the 25. Dave Norris's pass to John Siegel is incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 25. Dave Norris' pass to Dave Hugelin is incomplete. 3rd and 10 at the 25. Dave Norris' pass to Ron Kurtz is incomplete. 4th and 10. Dave Norris is sacked by Hugh Spalding, Greg Pike, and Mike Kalin for a 7-yard loss. St. X takes over on downs. 1st and 10 at the St. X 32. George Jagman for 2 yards, tackled by McGrath and Charles London. 2nd down and 8. George Jagman for 7 yards, tackled by McGrath and Charles London. 3:21 left in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and 1 at the 42. Karam keeps for 3 yards and a 1st down, tackled by William Gray, Wally Vertrees, and Bob McGrath. 1st and 10 at the 45. Paul Karam's pass to Jimmy Reed is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Paul Karam passes 8 yards to Marty McDermott, tackled by Jim Brown. Third and 2 at the 47. Mark McDonald for 2 yards, short of the 1st down. 4th and inches at the Flaget 45. George Jagman for the 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45. Paul Karam passes 10 yards to Jimmy Reed, tackled Jim Brown and Wally Vertrees. 1st and 10 at the 35. There's a bad snap. St. X recovers. There's a 5-yard penalty on St. X. First and 15 at the 40. Paul Karam is sacked by William Troutman for a loss of 7 yards. And that's the end of the third quarter. The score, Flaget 19, St. X 7. Second and 22 at the 47. Paul Karam passes 13 yards to Marty McDermott. Third and 9 at the 34. Paul Karam's pass to Chris Wagner is incomplete. Fourth and 9 at the 34. Paul Karam's pass to Marty McDermott is overthrown, and Flaget takes over on downs. First and 10 at the Flaget 34. Bob McGrath for no gain. Tackled by Greg Pike. Second and 10. Dave Norris keeps for 6 yards. Tackled by Jim Radaman. Third and 4 at the 40. Dave Norris' pass to Dave Huglin is broken up by Jimmy Reed. Fourth and 4 at the 40. Dave Norris punched 27 yards to the St. X 33. First and 10 at the St. X 33. George Jagman for 9 yards, tackled Kevin Thompson and Bob McGrath. Second and 1 at the 42. Marty McDonald for 2 yards and the first down, tackled by Wally Vertrees. First and 10 at the 44. Paul Karam passes for 16 yards to Marty McDermott, tackled Paul Hughes. First and 10 at the Flaget 40. Paul Karam passes for 16 yards to Jack Wolf, tackled by William Gray. First and 10 at the 24. Paul Karam's pass to Marty McDonald is broken up by William Gray. Second and 10. Marty McDonald for 2 yards, tackled by Mike Schmidt. Third and 8 at the 22. Marty McDonald for 3 yards. Fourth and 5 at the 19. Paul Karam passes 7 yards to Marty McDonald for the first down, tackled by Wally Vertrees. First and 10 at the 12. George Jagman loses 1 yard, tackled by David Huglin. 6:16 left in the fourth quarter. Second and 11 at the 13. Paul Karam's pass to Jack Wolf is incomplete. Second and 11. Paul Karam's pass is broken up. Third and 11. Paul Karam is sacked by William Troutman for a loss of 10 yards. Flaget takes over on downs. First and 10 at the Flaget 23. Paul Hughes loses 2 yards, tackled Greg Pike. 5-yard penalty on St. X. First and 5 at the 28. Dave Norris has run out of bounds after a 1-yard gain. Second and 4 at the 29. Jim Brown for 2 yards, tackle by Mike Darnell. 3rd and 2 from the 31. Dave Norris's pass to Huglin is incomplete. 4th and 2 at the 31. Dave Norris punts 28 yards to Marty McDermott, who returns 2 yards, tackle by Stephen Boone. 4:05 left in the game. 1st and 10 at the 43. Paul Karam passes 4 yards to Marty McDonald, tackle Bob McGrath and Charles London. 2nd and 6 at the 47. Bob Ryan for no gain, tackle by Jim Brown. 3rd and 6 at the 47. Paul Karam's pass is incomplete. 4th and 6 at the 47. Paul Karam's pass is incomplete. Flaget takes over on downs. 1st and 10 at the St. X 47. Bob McGrath for 1 yard, tackle Mike Kalin. 2:40 left in the game. 2nd and 9 at the 46. Dave Norris for 4 yards, tackle Tom Cute. 3rd and 5 at the 42. Bob McGrath for 2 yards, tackle Bruce Meyer. 4th and 3 at the 40. Dave Norris punts for 30 yards. Out of bounds at the St. X 10. 1st and 10, St. X. Paul Karam's pass to Steve Alberico is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Bob Ryan loses 2 yards, tackle Jim Brown and Dave Huglin. 3rd and 12 at the 8. Paul Karam's pass to Jimmy Reed is broken up by Paul Hughes. 4th and 12 at the 8. Paul Karam passes 2 yards to Jimmy Reed, tackle Stephen Boone. Flaget takes over on downs. 1st and 10 at the St. X 10. Dave Norris' pass to Jim Brown is broken up by Tom Cute. 12 seconds left in the game. 2nd and goal at the 10. Dave Norris is tackled by Mike Kalin for a loss of 8 yards. 3rd and goal at the 18. Dave Norris passes to Jim Brown. He scores, but a penalty negates the play and the game ends. Final score, Flaget 19, St. X 7.